We back in there, baby. It's go get 'em. It's go get 'em. Season 2 coming at you 2019 college football, baby. College football. This is like, what is it, week 0 we got coming up here with Miami and Florida at a neutral site. You got Arizona flying out to the beautiful islands of Hawaii. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. But yeah, let's go get them, baby. We're back at it. We are back. So, to start it off, we're going to go over a little win percentage, okay? Little win percentage. Last year, we were about 56%. It's not bad. It's not bad. But, you know, I threw in a lot of picks. This year, I'm really going at more of more quality instead of quantity. So I got some great picks this year. You'll see a couple new spins to the show this year too. Kind of just gonna stick with spreads mostly, but we'll mess around with some money lines and some over/under. So we'll mix it up with a little bit. I'm big on education this year too, so that's gonna be big. But just to start it off too, I want to talk about some preseason, some good stuff for the preseason, going into the season. Anyways, players to watch. Teams to watch, what I think about conferences, who's going to pull it out in certain conferences for championships. So one big thing I want to talk about is some of these true freshmen going out there this year. So you got Bo Nix with Auburn. You got Sam Howell with North Carolina. You got Jaden Daniels with Arizona State. You got guys. There's some good true freshmen going out there trying to test the waters a little bit. I mean, I feel Herm Edwards and, the coaches down there in North Carolina and Auburn trying to make things happen with these true freshmen, trying to start something new for these programs, especially, after everybody knows Trevor Lawrence, with Clemson. Oh, the true freshmen can get it done, So I mean, we'll see. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be really exciting. Big players to watch this year, going back to it. I think Bo Nix is something special. Watch some film on this kid. Even though he's stepping in the SEC, I think he's going to make some noise. Are they going to start off bombing on Oregon? Is he going to really make something happen in game 1? I'm not going to give that to him. Just not. But, that's something to talk about next week, because I'm definitely going to bring that game up next week, because that's a big matchup with the Pac-12 flying down to go play the SEC down there at Auburn. So the thing is, that's actually a neutral site down in Dallas. So we'll see what happens with that one. It's going to be a good one. But I also like Cole McDonald, Warriors, Hawaii. I'm talking about them tonight. Cole's a baller. That boy might throw up 50 tubs this year. He might be up there at the Heisman at the end of the year. We'll see. But he's got a good receiving corps, so we'll see what happens. I also want to just keep an eye on that boy Justin Fields up at OSU. Ohio State, he transferred from Georgia, so now we'll see Justin Fields, what he's able to do. I think he's a good player. I don't know 100% if he's going to be that accurate quarterback that's going to come in there and blow it up like a Dwayne Haskins or a lot of these Ohio State quarterbacks that have been there over the last few years. So we'll see what happens. But last but not least, another one I want you guys to look at is Zach Wilson over at BYU. I'm just touching on quarterbacks this week because I think that quarterbacks really, without a good one, you're going to struggle in college football. And I think that Zach Wilson kid down at BYU, he's going to make some noise too. That kid's a baller. He's a baller. He'd be moving around. He'd be doing his thing. It's pretty crazy, man. He can do it. He can do his thing. But let's go into it a little bit. I mean, I kind of wanted to talk about conferences a little bit, who I like in some of the conferences moving into this year. We'll kind of run through it. I like in the American, I'll start off with them first. I love Cincinnati in the American this year. Love them. I think Tupperville's got them boys right. I think they're going to ball out and they're going to do something special. Of course, in the ACC, it's no surprise. I think Virginia's going to do well in the Coastal, but I think at the end of the day, Clemson's going to pull out the Atlantic and they're going to pull out the ACC. Plain and simple, they're just too strong. I mean, them being ranked number 1 in preseason polls, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, So Sun Belt-wise, I'm touching them all here. I'm not going to leave anyone out. So in that group of 5, in the Sun Belt, I like Appalachian State. I think App State's going to keep it going. I mean, they got a quarterback who's returning. He did a lot for them. App State's been doing well in the Sun Belt. They've won the last 3 seasons, I believe, in the Sun Belt, so they're just going to keep it rolling. They're a good team to watch, too. They cover a lot of games, so you'll probably see me touch on them throughout the season a lot as well. Mountain West might be a surprise, but I like, boom, Hawaii. I like Hawaii. Old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Cole is about to get off, man. I like that boy, man. He did some stuff last year, so we'll see. I like in the MAC. I like Ohio. I think Ohio's going to pull it out. Going into Conference USA, North Texas. Why not? The mean green, huh? I think North Texas is going to ball out. I think Marshall will give them a little bit of a tussle, but I think North Texas is a good football team. I think they're going to do it. Big 12, easy one. Not so easy, really, but Oklahoma. Sooners, Boomer Sooners. I think they're going to keep killing, keep rolling, even without Kyler Murray. Big 10, Michigan. I'm actually going to take them. I think Iowa's going to come out of there. I think Michigan will too. I don't think Ohio State's going to be there. I think Wisconsin's finally going to give it up on their side, hopefully. I'm kind of tired of seeing them all the time. So we'll see. Hopefully. We'll see. SEC, I'm taking good old Georgia this year. Uh-oh. Mix it up a little bit. Get it out of Saban's hands. I want to see Georgia do a little something. I really do. Really do. I think they got the team. They got some returning players. I mean, for the most part, they are tough, and they're going to stay tough. They've had some good recruiting classes, and they're going to keep it rolling. So we'll see how they do. I feel like, again, we'll see an SEC championship them in Alabama. So we'll see what happens. But I like Georgia and in the SEC. And then last but not least, Pac-12. I think Oregon's going to play well. I think Stanford will play all right. I think Utah's going to play well. I think, there's going to be some good teams. I think Arizona's going to play well. I think Arizona State's going to pick it up. But at the end of the day, I think Utah's actually going to kill it, and I think they're going to pull it out. I see them really doing well in the Pac-12 this year, so we'll see what happens. And in the playoff, I'm going to round it up to Oklahoma, Clemson, Georgia, and Utah as my 4 to make it in there. My 4. So let's see what happens. But I don't know. I'm so hyped up for college football this year. It's like so much fun. I can't wait to get it going. Yeah, let's do it. All right, cool. All right. So moving ahead, let's do this. I'm looking at my notes here. So we got, for your drum roll, hit me with it. Go get 'em. Pick of the week. I'm taking Florida minus 7.5 at Miami. Even though they're playing in Orlando at a neutral site, I'm taking Florida. Buy the point, make it 7. Don't ever mess with the point like that. It's just a little bit scary. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm taking Florida minus 7.5. For a new twist this year, we're going to go with something called your over-under wonder. And I'm taking Florida and Miami. There's not many games to choose from. It's only 2. So I'm going to take Florida, Miami over 47. I'm going to take the over 47. I think that both teams will kind of get their offenses rolling late. The defenses on both sides are pretty good, but I think they'll get the offenses rolling late. So I'm hoping that the redshirt freshmen down at Miami can kind of pick up that offense a little bit, even though Florida, I'm picking them to really kind of, not run through Miami, but at least, cover by 10, maybe 14 points. That's my thought process. Money line dime. That's your other pick. That's the other mix in right there. Your money line dime of the week is going to be Arizona at Hawaii. I'm taking Hawaii on the money line. On my line, I got plus 310. I'm taking Hawaii on that plus 310. So those are some of your mixes this year. For the most part, moving forward into week 1, you'll see I'm going to do around 4 or 5 picks a week with your go get 'em pick, a money line dime, and an over under wonder. So look forward to these picks. I'm always going to have something coming at you. You're going to not expect some of them. You might get surprised, but I feel very confident in my picks this year. The earlier this in the season, usually you're going to get a lot of big hits because you see a lot of mismatches when it comes to matchups. So really take advantage early on. Gotta say it. So, I mean, moving forward, I mean, when I say I'm taking Hawaii, I like McDonald, and I like the receiving core Hawaii's got. I think they're returning some good players. I think they're going to be able to really make something happen in the Mountain West as a contender. I think with Arizona, Khalil Tate is a very good quarterback. I think he's going to have a bounce back year, but I don't think it's going to bounce back right away. So week one, I think it's going to be a shootout, but I think Hawaii pulls that one out at home. Florida, Miami, it's going to be a great game. I mean, I told you my picks. I told you why pretty much they're going to be good defenses. I mean, you got Felipe Franks returning with Florida, and he's proven he did well last year, held down for the team. They had a little bit better of a defense last year, but I think they're going to have some of those guys come back in and kind of fill in and replace. You got 18 juniors and seniors that are starting on both sides of the football for Florida, so I like it. Got a lot of plays to be made with new guys, new faces. Why not? Step up to the plate, right? That's what you got to do. So for your week one, go get 'em picks of the week. I'm out.